Welcome back. Early morning stream today on Sunday. We are going to be playing some of the Cascade event on MTG Arena. Cascade is my favorite mechanic in Magic. My EDH deck is Maelstrom Wanderer. I love Maelstrom Nexus. I jam it into any 5-color deck. So this is kind of my jam. All these cards you could get the cosmetics for are all great cards, all see constructed play. So really excited for this event. So how Cascade works is whenever you cast first spell for the turn, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card with CMC equal to or less than that card. You can cast it without paying its mana cost. So what you really want to try to do is play spells on both people's turns so you get extra value. Try to have enough consistency with the deck that you can always hit, and then avoid X spells because you don't really get the utility if you cascade into them. So there's a number of cards banned in the format: Deafening Silence, Rule of Law. So basically the stuff that only lets you play one card per turn. And then kind of the card draw engines. Not sure why Flax and Intruder's banned, but the one card that's not banned is Once Upon a Time, which is incredibly broken because you get to play it for 0 and then cast into Gilded Goose basically on turn 1 all the time. So apparently it's basically that and the Cat Oven. There's a lot of those going around, but we're going to play some different decks. I do have a Cat Oven deck, mostly because it's mono black, but we'll play 3 decks on stream today. And then we'll see how it kind of goes. If we run pretty quick, then we'll switch it up a bit. So I'll probably start off with a mono green deck. So this is Cascade Green. So what we're trying to do here is just go with big fatties. So got a Pelt Collector, Paradise Druid, Wildborn Preserver lets us cast on our opponent's turn. Once Upon a Time can find any of these spells and then they cast in. You got Lovestruck Beast and Yorvo, which both come down, big bodies. Lovestruck Beast, Heart's Desire can also find Pelt Collector. And then we got Questing Beast and Vivian. Vivian can give all our stuff trample. A couple Nisas, an Ugin, Thorn Mammoth. So if you don't have this was from one of the last Brawl events. When it enters the battlefield or another creature, Thorn Mammoth fights, so it's kind of reoccurring removal. Great Henge, because I want to play Great Henge. Also seems really good if you could get it down turn 4 off like Lovestruck Beast and then Cascade into like Nisa or something. 3 castles and that's pretty much it. Vivian makes it so you have to play a sideboard. I just threw together some stuff. Not really going to be sideboarding too much. But let's play the event. I am excited. So this will give us a break from Oko, hopefully. Instantly queue into Sultai Food. So there's probably going to be a lot of people just playing their normal decks. I like to kind of brew differently for these events. So tomorrow's BNR. We are hoping for an Oko ban. Once we kind of get an idea of what bans are happening, I'll go back to the budget build series. Probably some sort of food deck to start. So this is where it gets kind of nutty. Well, would you look at that? I would love to cast the Pelt Collector. Here we can just go... I'm actually going to take the Lovestruck Beast because it gives us 2 spells. Oh, wait, sorry. I messed that up. Pelt Collector, it's always less than. I got my Cascade mixed up. In any case, play out the Troll. This will get us another Pelt Collector. So usually in these events you want to be proactive. Your counter spells and removal aren't as useful. We get the double evolve here. Arena is very laggy. I'm gonna give it a reset after this. I don't know if it's the opponent just slow playing or just this animation. Congrats, you have a duress. Still a pretty decent. So this is turn 2. I have 7 power on board. I'm gonna drop Yorvo first, because then Love Struck Beast will evolve again. So we don't have that. This also lets us pump extra mana into them. Okay, so they got Ritual. It's actually pretty solid, Ritual into Narset. So here... I think we just do Love Struck. Take the once. Let's just do this. There was a play to play Wildborn on the opponent's end step. But even what I could do this turn is play Questing or Love Struck Beast. And then play Wildborn Preserver on their turn and then get another Pelk Collector. That was a pretty good flip on their part. The opponent's been pretty hot with these. And they have the Thought Erasure. Never not have it. That's a little unfortunate. So that's the third Pelk Collector. I might need to make a switch and just put one more 1-drop in the deck. That's fine. They get the Elder Spell, which they can't cast. Discard the Forest. Oh, you always play the Grasps. So here I'm a little bit of a predicament. So I could play for 1, but I could just... Actually, I'm going to do that. So let's play the land. I don't hit anything with this, but I'm just going to pay 5 into Wildborn Preserver. Oh, is this non-token? Non-human. Ew. Just hold off. I just want to follow-up play if they have Ritual. We would have only gotten 2 more points of damage, so it wasn't going to be enough. Pretty ambitious keeping Elder Spells in. Oh, that's actually disgusting. Sweet, got the host for Magic. Let's go Love Struck here. You get Paradise. We'll just pass the turn here. I'm going to go Once Upon a Time on their turn, so we get the spell. Enter the God Eternals and Eugene. we still have a Pelt Collector? No, no more Pelt Collectors. I need another 1-drop in this deck. And Lovestruck's probably not as... Oh, that's awful. Barkhide Troll doesn't do too much. Yeah, opponent's got this one. Because they have Enter the God Eternals, it's going to gain him the life. I got to tweak this deck a bit. We have too much of a glut. So where are you? Cascade Green. So I'll post all the deck lists afterwards. We're still tweaking some of them. 1-drop green. We can just go with some... If you control another non-human, gets 1/1 till end of turn. Could be good. Could even just go... Because I'm not really going to sacrifice lands. Can go a couple Geese. Cut down a couple Lovestruck. Run it like that. Yeah, let's try it again. Really just experimenting in this event. We had a hot start, but we got Ritualed and Cried, which is a little hard to come back from. We played it a little conservative. I'm actually going to mulligan this hand because we have 2 Pelt Collectors. I'll keep this. Let's put Thorn back. Let's go... This is more aggressive. I don't think there's a 0-drop that's worth us playing. Okay. Opponent's on a similar plan, but they're Gruul. So hopefully we find another Pelt Collector. If we get a Goose, then we could have Questing Beast. So either way, it wasn't too bad. Nice start here. This is really just going to be whoever can throw the most power on board. Okay, so they get double... So not the best. Don't really want to Goose here, but... Just pass the turn. I'll probably trade off if they evolve one of these, because then these will get bigger, and then Questing Beast will make them 4/4s. They got Spellbreaker. And it fights our Goose. Good sequence. And they get the double evolve there. Still think I trade off here. So take the block here. So doing this, because these will become 3/3s. Questing Beast will make them 4/4s. And then hopefully hit something a little bit more meaningful. Yeah, you'll get some nutty turns. No attacks here. If they have Dragon, then we'll scoop because we can't beat anything in the air. Haven't really seen like our Vivians. I had 2 goose in and we draw both the gooses. Oh, no, stop. So they shock in. They have access to 5 mana. In this matchup, their stuff's a little bit bigger, so usually in like mid-range mirrors, that's what breaks it. Oh, they're just going all out. They might have Henge. This attack looks like a Henge attack to me. Show me the Henge. Also, cascading off a Henge is pretty nutty. Let's run green one more time and then we'll play the Izzet deck. I don't think... I wish there was like one better green beater. We'll keep this. Opponent goes first. I once on their turn. I play Pelt Collector and then I play Preserver into Yorvo. Probably take a land, to be honest. Ew. I'll take the land. So I can technically play out Wildborn Preserver. Yeah, I realized after I said green needs a better 1-drop what it means. But I think doing the Yorvo on curve is probably better. In the context of this event, to play a stompy green deck. Actually, I want to try Feather, maybe. Opponent's just playing mono red. Take the damage. So I'm going to try to surprise them. The curve of Yorvo into Vivian should be pretty sweet for us. Red's going to have a hard time dealing with like 5/5s and bigger. They get the second night. That's actually a little problematic because now they become 2/2s. So I'm just going to take the damage here. Was hoping for a Pelt Collector. I think we still go just Yorvo here. This life gain might be more relevant in this game. Okay, just lots of dorks to trade off with. Make this 3 powers so it can block the knights. Let's go aggressive. Even if they do a lot to kill this Yorvo, we just play another one. And then with Vivian next turn, I can have it fight the Steamkin. We have access to 5 mana next turn. I can also Yorvo and then Once Upon a Time on their turn. Ooh, that's scary. That is a bit frightening. Okay, Skewer comes first, thankfully. Let's just trade with the Steamkin here. And I do think we need to Vivia and take Torbrand off the table. This matchup, just a 5/5 is probably sufficient. Kill you.
You picked the wrong fight.
Let's just go 5 here to be safe, in case they have a haster. Got Garenbridge or Yorvo next turn. They might direct some resources at the Vivian, which is fine. That keeps our life total high. Same idea here. If they're going to spend resources to kill our stuff. Is that actually enough to take us out? So we play land, play Yorvo, get a Paradise Druid, I could once on their turn, that's 4 damage coming in. Put it on that.
My, how you've grown.
Attack for 5. I need enough back for the Embercleave. This should get us at least a Pelt Collector or something to soak up another couple points of damage. This can also, they have 2 pumps of their team here, also relevant. Throw Druid in front of here. Don't care about the Steamkin. This isn't the end of the world. They're just going wide. We have the Trample for next turn. Let's go Questing Beast. This also lets us block like this. Block like this. that takes him off that. And with Questing Beast, I should have enough. So play out Beast. Yeah, because Beast, we put the counters on it, and then we can jam a bunch into them. Alright. Got the win there. Got Rimrock Knight. Just going to give Arena a quick reset. It's getting a little bit of a stutter going with the Cascade. So we're going to play a Ral Electro Static Field kind of Spell Slinger ping damage deck. So it's basically... it's mostly red based. So let's pull it up. So the one thing I may switch is go down one opt and the radical idea for 2 Saheelis. Want to flood the board a bit more. So basically what we're trying to do here is between Ral and Electrostatic Field, get the cast trigger off a bunch of these different spells. Runaway Steamkin lets us cast multiple spells. We have a lot of instants in the deck, so we can play it on both players' turns. And then we have Planeswalker threats in Saheeli, Royal Scions, and Ral to take advantage of the added bonus. I'm actually gonna just switch the land count. Don't think we need this many islands. So let's run this one through. So usually with these events, I'll play a couple different decks. If anyone in chat also has any cool decks that they've been playing for the event, feel free to drop a link in. Opponent goes first. Temple of Silence. Like Saheeli here. I think we're okay for lands. Okay, they're playing Doom. Okay, so take the Saheeli. Would love to see like an Electrostatic Field here. Play this on the opponent's turn. So I'll keep these cheap spells for when we have out a threat. We don't really play much to the board, so their Doom Foretold may have some utility. Want to keep the Bone Crusher, even if they do the discard. Off risk factor, we can always flash it back. All this removal they have isn't going to do too much. Ooh, getting the Royal Scions down. It's good, but if they have Doom Foretold this turn, then we get hit by it. Let's go Bone Crusher Giant. Get another shock. This kind of gives us a threat that they may want to answer on the board. Okay, so they got Oath of Kaya. Cascading into Dance of the Manse is pretty solid for us. Get that to the bottom of their library. Let's go Scions here. Okay, sweet. We got the Ral. Just gonna play this out. So if we can shock this turn, get 2 more points of damage on them. It's almost worth them to just be playing like another cheaper style artifact. I'm actually going to hold on to the shock. With Ral, it's an extra point of damage. Ooh, and we get field. Oh, that's sweet. Do I want the other field? Probably more than the shock, to be honest. Don't want lines. Just pass the turn. Shock did make this one bigger. This gives us something to sack anyways if they have Doom Foretold. That's fine. That's actually good value. You get to keep casting these eggs for free. They forgot to cast the egg. So they actually get rid of the Scion. That's not too bad for us. So let's play you. Cast you. Just put everything on them. We're going to be able to go a little nutty this turn. Which is what I want to do. So we attack in here. Hit them for 4. And then we double up Bone Crusher's ability and then get all the triggers. So minus here. They gain some life. So just a whole bunch of triggers. Machine gun time. Get him. Sweet. Did what we wanted to do. That worked out pretty nice. We got thought erasure quite a few times. It's part of the reason why I was mentioning trying to just be proactive in this event. Foulmire Knight. Some sweet art there. How's everyone doing today? What's everyone's thoughts on BNR tomorrow? Just Oko gone? Do we think Once Upon a Time? Do they play it safe and just go Lotus Field and or not Lotus Nisa and Hydroid Crisis? Keep this hand. So, Fair Magic. We are playing Sultai Food. I'd actually love to draw a shock right now. So I'm probably going to go Steamkin here. Yeah, Once Upon a Time I'd like to see come out. Okay, I don't feel like playing against Food. I came up to this event to play against someone not playing Oko. If we want to play this, we play Standard, so let's just... We're also not beating them having 5 mana on turn... That was turn 2. Turn 3, 5 mana plus an Oko. Keep this hand. This one looks sweet. So I'm probably going to actually opt this turn. I prefer to keep the red spells for Steamkin. I'll keep the mountain. We can use another land. Get that free value. We're likely to draw into another land, which we do. Probably going to set up Saheeli next turn. Interesting they didn't sooner. So based on this, then I'm probably going to play Bone Crusher to kill the Pelt Collector. So let's make sure this taps properly. Go face. So I'm gonna do they usually it's tough because like so when we had Delirium they took out what's his name okay, so we're gonna shoot the Wildborn Preserver down. Like they took out a couple key cards from each, but I guess with Marvel they did take out like all the energy producers. So new plan this turn. Let's just do Bone Crusher. Take him off the mana. Just pass the turn. Want to be able to block Questing Beast. Take that off the table because it's going to deal with all their Planeswalkers. Beanstalk into Once Upon a Time, like ramp, go find whatever card you want, creature-wise in the top 5, or land. So they're just going the mana approach here. Okay, so I can go 3 mana Steamkin. Let's just set up here. Wanted a red spell. No Ral. Risk Factor's actually good. So play Saheeli. Do we just do anything this turn? So if I play this now, then I can Risk Factor next turn, which I think we do. And just pass the turn. We can always turn these tokens. Ooh, they go Henge. This will be difficult for us to beat. So now they're going to gain 3 life or 2 life every turn. So a bunch of triggers. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so we got another field. So let's make mana, play out Ral. Sweet. So basically with Ral, the 2 Steamkins, you can keep generating a bunch of mana, risk factor, pitch it, and then just kind of go to town from there. Get some mastery orbs. Let's run the mono black deck. See how that does. So this one here, so it's pretty much cat food. So you got cat, oven, a bunch of 1-drops here. I may want to tweak. We got too many 1-drops, I think. So let's probably shave a Gutter Bones and go up another Dreadhorde Invasion. So basically, you want to try to abuse a Yara here. Get a bunch of triggers coming in, and then you have Gruesome Menagerie to bring back all your cheap 1-drops. Actually, in this particular deck, I might get rid of Knight of Ebon Legion and play, what's the 2-drop that makes the tokens? Where is he? Lastov Reaver. That's a better curve. Can probably shave a couple of lands. Sorry, I usually like to have this play the Enforcer. Actually isn't too bad. We're seeing a lot of green too, so maybe we just want a couple of Blacklands Paragons. Just play 1 Blacklands. Call that a deck. I'll post all these deck lists on Aether Hub once we're done. Seeing how we're doing like a lot of tweaks along the way, I don't want to pre-post them and then have to re-edit everything or people refer to. What are the chances that Erebos will be playing a mono black deck? Keep. They got the Edge Wall. Looks like Golgari Adventures. So Priest into a 1-drop. Bit slower of a hand for the opponent. Love Struck. Drawing a lot of lands. We got the oven, but I need to put something in the oven. The interesting question here is Murderous Rider, do we take out the Edge Wall or the Love Struck? Edge Wall's continued mana, but we can block right now. Lastov Reaver's good too. Reaver lets us start sacking. So let's do... Let's do that, because I can sack on their turn. And then I could play Murderous Rider. And then kill whatever they kind of come with. That lets us double Cascade. They get Foulmire Knight. Then we can follow it up with Rankle. just start beating them in the air. So let's go you block, force the sack. Kill this Love-Struck beast. Invasion going. I actually wouldn't mind a cat, to be honest. So let's do Midnight Reaper here because it could draw us cards, and then I could sack make the land for Blackline's Paragon. So do I need that? No, so we can just go Oven here as well. If we can ever get a cat, we'll be in business. This also deals with Questing Beast, which is nice. This version usually will play the Questing Beast if they're playing Love-Struck. So they're gaining quite a bit of value. These adventure cards just replacing themselves. That's fine. See how they do their attacks. So let's go you here. That's it. Oh, you know what? I screwed that up. I meant to flash in the black lines there. We'll just draw some cards. Made a mistake. We can do this to try to get a cat and just try to grind him out that way. Yeah, let's do that. Sweet, got the cat. So now we just draw a bunch of cards. We're going to try to find a Yara, and that's how we get a bunch of value. This basically just drains the opponent for one each turn, and then we draw a card. Drawing a ton of lands. Second cat's not bad. So this should let us find a Yara, hopefully. Another priest. Don't really have anything to flash in here. Can take the card draw. Might as well just get back a Gutter Bones. Jeez, we have successfully drawn a large number of lines from our deck. So we're going to play the Reaver out here so I can force them to sack something with Rankle. That was sweet. If we had a Yara, that game would have been over a lot quicker. One more win. Get us that Realm Cloak. I got my Fae of Wishes, Alt Arts, so I can play it in my Fires deck. Got Lovestruck Beast for all those adventure decks. Yeah, we'll keep. So I'm going to go Priest on 2 because it'll find one of our 1-drops. So hopefully just a 1-drop creature. This is going to be a long match. This is the, it's either black-red or Jund Sacrifice. We'll see. If the first few turns are just tedious to watch, then I'll just cancel out of the game. Yeah, it's Jund Sacrifice. So they'll probably have the edge in this matchup just because they can ping. Literally the only thing we didn't want to hit. The problem is with the oven, like if we got a cat or something, we could have done it, but I guess we'll do Priest this turn, sack the other Priest. What do you got? Just Druid. Find the oven. Get a second cat. Cats without the oven is fine. You usually want more ovens than you want cats. So let's go Priest here. Got a Gutter Bones. Sack and sack. Play out Dread Horde, start getting some bodies each turn to sacrifice, and then go from there. They could go Midnight Reaper here. They got Wolf. See what they fight here. Just getting a cat off that's actually not too bad. Just start stockpiling some food. So them doing that now is actually not too bad. Okay, so we got the land, which is nice. Because we could go Rankle here. Hopefully find a Yar. Actually, that's not too bad. That draws us a bunch of cards. I'm not going to do anything this turn, I don't think. The oven has utility not to discard. I don't really want to sacrifice anything. Let's let them do this now so they don't get the value. of drawing a card. Okay, we got oven going. They get once. Okay, so this is where it starts getting scary. They still don't have a reoccurring sack outlet, which is good for us. And then not having this out with the Fabled Passage is good. They can start machine gunning our stuff. Okay. What do you got, opponent? Attack with Wicked Wolf. Okay, so we got some cats. So we can attack with Rankle first. And then draw a card. So let's attack with Rankle. Let's discard and draw. So let's discard a Gutter Bones. I want to try to find something with a higher CMC. Okay, so Reaver's not bad here. Second Oven is great. So here, probably just setting up triple oven. Sack these two, draw a card. Because they're probably gonna... I can pass the turn. I get to draw 3 cards for Midnight Reaper. Whatever their kind of sack ability is, it's going to be off Mayhem Devil. Rankle's beating them in the air. See what they target. So their priest's probably dead this turn. They just go face. So what they could have done was made a food, also sack it, have 2 points of damage done. So they got their oven. Now it's going to get tricky. So let's see what they fight here. So let's sack here. Sack here. This triggers off us too. Yeah, we're probably dead. This is the Mirror Breaker. We can't actually sacrifice anything. We might be able to cat them out. Problem is, like, they just burn us for a lot more. They attack with everything here. So I block here, block here, take 5, 6. I'm probably dead. Can't do anything in the face of this. So I need to do this before damage, otherwise we're dead. We're still dead on upkeep. 5. Yeah, we're still dead on upkeep. How do I face the one other, like, sacrifice deck? Alright, do I have any other decks to play quick? How are you? Wins with... This just goes crazy with artifacts, and then you have the sideboard that you win with Tezzeret. Let's try this deck out. So basically what you're trying to do is play a bunch of cheap artifacts, Teferi, Karn, Mystic Forge, lowers the cost of everything. Mystic Forge lets you basically play like Frenzy, and then Ugin reduces the cost. Golos helps you just find random utility lands, and then we play Chromatic Lantern to get the free value off it. It's usually one of my fun decks to play. Oh, wrong format. Jeez. Where are you? Or actually, maybe Abzan tokens. Let's do tokens. This is basically green-white tokens with the black splash for Cruel Celebrant and Corpse Knight. So you kind of combo ping them for damage that way. Lefaya Wishes is banned, so I can't play it in this deck. So I can't play the artifact deck. So then I can't fetch my win cons out of the sideboard. You basically play Jeskai main. Once you get Chromatic Lantern, then you can go get like almost like a Fires deck. I'll keep this. This gets us the forest we're missing. Johnny's like an anthem for the team. You have Trostani. Midnight Reaper draws us cards. Drawing the March is actually good because that lets us have a 5 CMC card. Also, this costing effectively like 0. This looks like an adventure deck. I don't have 1-drops in this deck. That's important to know. Just gonna set it up. We can do a lot of damage this way. Should have tweaked this deck a bit. Just had some 1-drops in. I think I might still do this because this is X4, so we only make 1 token. But then this lets our Venerated Loxodon come down next turn for free. Alternatively, if we just draw land, yeah, maybe not. We can still play Venerated next turn. So I can play this. Make everything bigger, get another Corpse Knight. They take 2. And then we can go big march, hopefully draw an untapped land, and then play a Johnny, make the team even bigger. So right now I can march for 5, which deals 10 damage to them. That seems sweet. Probably do that. I gotta play this deck more. They're main boarding the Noxious Grasp, so they're playing their standard deck. That's fine. No blocks here. So this is a free spell, so I'm just going to cast it. I just want to hit a line drop for a Johnny the following turn. And also get us our second green source. So I can still for 4 and then hopefully find something good. I'll take the 5 damage here. The Johnny also gives us vigilance, which is nice. Let's see what they'll target. So going really wide here. The nice thing too is we can pressure the opponent. So just go and get a white source here. Play out a Johnny. That's annoying. That should threaten lethal. Let them do the math. Wipes most of their board. Gonna keep the Conclave Tribunal for next turn. Interesting, they sack the Druid. They have Liliana. Finality. That's gross. Finality, replace your Vraska. Here's another Vraska. I guess Flavor Point, that works. And it's exactly enough to deal with the Johnny. Oh, they opt to not. It's interesting. So let's pay with you. So I can do this. Do this. Ah, shit, this is... Yeah, and I forgot that this didn't have haste. No 1/1 for the beast. I should have gone Vraska. It's fine. This replaces itself. They take a damage. Okay, that's actually not bad. This lets us get rid of whatever blocker we attack in, and then they can't actually kill our Cruel Celebrant, because then they'll die. So is this a defensive Murderous Rider? It is. So we can go... Ooh, Trust Danny's nice. Trust Danny into Vraska. Gotcha. Kill this so they can't gain the life. Play this. Get rid of the blocker. And then attack for 3. Cruel Celebrant beatdown as we drew it up. Sweet, 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 sweet. Cool way to get our 5th win. Awesome. So that gets us win number 5. Not too shabby. Crack a pack. See if we got any luck. Not bad. We can go full cleaving. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'll have the full video up on YouTube later today. All the deck lists will be in the video description there. I'll also upload them to Aether Hub, so you can find them MTG_Joe. You can download them all there. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you aren't currently following on Twitch or on YouTube, make sure you do. It's a free way. You can know when we go live. We do a bunch of budget decks on the channel, play a variety of different decks. I do budget build series, write some articles for Aether Hub, so you can catch everything there. After the BNR announcement tomorrow, I'll come back with some more budget decks for the new standard, once we can kind of play something that's not blue-green, hopefully, and we can go from there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, and enjoy some Magic.